Welcome to day 11 of learning React Native. Today we are going to build something that every real app needs, a form. We'll build a simple contact or feedback form screen with text inputs fields, validation, error messages, a submit button with basic success state. As always, we'll do this inside the same app we have been building since day 6. We'll complete three main steps. First, create a new form screen with multiple text inputs. Second, add validation and show error messages. Third, add this screen to our navigation and link it from home screen. Let's start. Inside screens, we'll create a new file called form form screen. Import use form import view text text input style sheet scroll view keyboard avoiding view platform. I'll explain all of the new UI components later. Import app button from components, import header. That's it. Input we have export default function form screen constant name set email name name it will be a string. Okay, now I'll write as email, just as email message characters. Submitting, we'll have another called submitting. That will be a boolean. This is array. Another, after submission we need a confirmation. That boolean we need. That boolean we need. I'm sorry, boolean we need. That is also set as false. Okay. Now for validation, we'll have a function validate. We'll have a constant semicolon if main dot trim, as you can see, will trim in its spaces. Okay. Sorry, I said it was array. It is a dictionary that we are going to set. This is a TypeScript, that's why the error is coming. But it should run. True. Must be at least 2 characters. If for email as well, we'll be using the same email. Okay. But in email, we need to change one thing. Mail dot includes string at the rate is enter a valid email. Okay. For message, I'll copy paste this one as well. message trim, message is required. We'll keep this as 10 characters. Then we'll set this new object to our errors. Okay, we need to return because zero. Okay, that is enough for our validation. Now we need to do a sync function here. We need to handle submit. Submit. Inside that const we'll call our validate method to see if the values are valid. If valid, then we'll return here only. Okay, set submitting needs to be set as true. Set submitted false. Oh, sorry, I need to keep this inside the function. Need to set a timer as well. It is just to simulate. We do not have any free APIs to call, so that's why for submission, that's why we are using timer. This is how we set a timeout. Submitted true. Console log will print the form. Name, comma, email, comma, message, colon. This will run for after 1000 seconds. Oh. Const is button disabled when submitting is called. Okay, now we need to return the UI. We'll have everything inside, every field inside our keyboard avoiding view. I'll explain to you what it is. You can understand by the name itself, but yes, I'll tell about you. This is the reason I had my UI set. In UI components I used so that I can use platform here. So for now I'm setting it as for iOS. Okay, undefined because I'm not going to set it for Android. That's the reason. The other behavior is not known. Okay, now let's add header. Title, contact form, we'll have a scroll. Inside that we'll have our fields. Why inside that? Because our content can go below the screen, so it needs to scroll. Sorry, styles we have created, that's the reason I'm using. I'll be creating styles. For now, remember this, it will give error. Okay, keyboard should persist tab is equal to handled. Now let's close this header scroll. Okay, now I'll add text, style. Again, for styles I'll use label. Let me create style first because we have lots of styles here. Const styles is equal to style sheet create. For container, padding 16 comma padding bottom 40. comma label font size is 16, comma font weight would be 600, margin at top 12. Okay, let's add later rest of them. Okay, oh, so this one is styles, name, below that text input, style is equal to square brackets. For text input I'll add different, comma input colon margin top 6, border width 1, comma border color #CCC, comma border radius 8, comma padding 10, comma padding padding okay, sorry, vertical 8, comma font size 16, comma okay, let me keep it as comma, we'll add later. uh, is equal to styles dot input, comma errors dot name ampersand styles. We'll have both needs to be there, that's why we'll have another for input error, input error, we'll have border color, only that will highlight red. Okay, styles dot input error, value is equal to name. On change text, we need to do is text set name, we'll pass the argument text, placeholder placeholder would be enter your name. Okay, dot name ampersand text style is equal to styles dot arrow text. I'll need to create set that errors dot name, close it. Okay, I think that's fine enough. On error text margin top would be 4, comma color we'll give it as red, font size would be okay, comma font size would be 13. Okay, here also comma. Now let's add the next error. I'll copy I think done something here wrong. Okay, that was the okay. Now inside that I'll add another text and text input. That's why I'll copy this one. So complete this one. Okay, Just I need to change the names. Email. Okay, for email, and input would be same, but I need to change email. Oh, sorry, styles dot input error not used. Similarly here, styles dot input error, I'll use email. On change of text, yes, I need to set email. Placeholder would be email. Keyboard type, that's important. Keyboard type would be email. Email address, and auto capitalize is disabled because first one needs to be small. None. Now this is to handle error. Okay, both of the names and error, what needs to come. Email. I'll copy this again. Now what I'll do, this will be messages, message. Okay, there will be style will have input instead of I think we have an issue here. I think it is input here. Okay, input, this one as well, input. Some mistakes. It's good when you copy it. This is the best part of it. Now I need to also have multi-line, right? So that's why I'll add another one, multi-line line input. Okay, this is another style I'm adding for message. Text align vertical, needs to be top. Yeah, now I'll use that. Styles dot multi-line, comma. I would suggest everyone to do it like this as well. It would be easier. Okay, Suppose we have multi-line, that's the reason I'm doing this. Okay, multi-line input. This will be message input error. Okay, I'll add message. Okay, instead of setting email, we'll set message. Instead of enter your email, we will have placeholder enter message, or write message is a proper way. So write message, write your message. Keyboard type would be not there, but number of lines need to be set as 4. We need to change this one as well. Message text style error text message. Okay, now I'll add a spacer here. View style is equal to height 16. Okay, now I need to add app button. Title is equal to submitting dot submit on press handle submit style is equal to width 100%, opacity 0.6:1. Okay, now I'll close it. Okay, this will have as well submit. What should happen? Submitted emphasis text style, styles dot success text I need to give. I'll add another style here. Let's copy paste this. Text. I'll have margin. Color, let's give it as green. And let's add font size. We don't require this. Font size 15 maybe. Font weight, let's keep it as high. Okay, now I'll use that font. Success test. This will show. It's kind of pop-up like, you can say thank you, your message has been submitted. Okay, I think that's enough for the UI part. Okay, let's understand few important concepts. Like, this is a classic example of controlled form. Each input text or text input is controlled by state. Name is controlled by set name. Email is controlled by set email, and message is by set message. Every time the user types, we update state, and our UI reflects the latest state as we have used. Okay, here the valid function checks all inputs and set error messages. If there are errors, we don't submit. We use, as I said, I'll explain later, keyboard avoiding view is used so that the keyboard doesn't cover the inputs, especially on iOS. That would be the case. Okay, as it needs to, as the view needs to be moved. So yeah, that's the reason we are using keyboard avoiding view. Now we need to add this form to our navigation. So let's open app navigator. Inside that we will do import form screen. Okay, we'll add this one as well here. In stack dot screen name is equal to form component is equal to form screen. Okay, now app knows about our new form screen, but we need to also finally we need to add to open the form screen, we need to add it to the home screen as well. So let's do that. Again, what I'll do is I'll copy the same here. Okay, I'll add, instead of this one, we'll add open Inside that, we'll navigate to form. We have added form, right? Yes, form button. Okay, let's run this. I for iOS. Okay, sorry. Let's change that text I have written as form. Okay, that should reflect now. Yes, that is reflected. As you can see, the UI is fabulous. See, I'll give add. Okay, let me show you the keyboard. Let's use the internal keyboard. Add G. Okay, now I think let's now write this. It is coming as this one. Okay, there is complete now. So for summary, what we learned today, we got to know how to build a proper form in React Native. The points would be that firstly, control text input fields using use state, a validate function that sets error messages here, a submit handler with loading and success feedback. So let's make this little bit longer so that we'll be able to see. I'll be able to show. See, it's loading. Yeah, that's how we'll get. So yeah, this is the loading. It is happening. A submit handler with loading and success feedback. So keyboard avoiding view to keep inputs visible with keyboard open, and how to wire this form into your existing navigation home screen. So this is what we learned today. To give forms are everywhere. Okay, for today we have everything in most of the things in form itself, like login, sign up, checkout, feedback, profile editing, and the core pattern, you can say, that you have learned today. So in day 12, we look at organizing API calls and form logic in cleaner way using custom hooks and services to keep your components focused on UI. See you in the next lesson.